Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are starting a new series called
Blazing Sensation.
And it's basically a thing where we review movies and that's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So a little bit before we get going, because we don't want the video to be super long in the intro. Ever since we were dating, before we were married, every weekend we would hop on the shuttle in college and it would take us up to the movie theater. And that was kind of our like cheap college date, right? We would go and watch a movie every single weekend. Sometimes we would watch like 2 or 3 movies and kind of jump around the theater.
We were movie hopping.
And so like for us, this is like a great way to like keep that part of our relationship going, but also bring you guys some excellent content and some of our thoughts on movies that we watch. Since we watch a whole lot of movies.
Yeah.
So today, guys, we got a special treat for you, as you saw in the title on Instagram and or YouTube, where we're watching. We are bringing you our thoughts on Disney/Marvel's Captain Marvel. Okay. I got this toy from Marvel vs. Capcom, so that's what I have. We got Iron Man too.
No one cares!
We'll give them the plot synopsis, kind of what the deal is. Captain Marvel is Disney Marvel's latest feature film, part of their MCU/Avengers series, which a lot of you guys probably know it for. Captain Marvel is played by Brie Larson and starring role and supporting cast member of Samuel L. Jackson, who reprises his role as Captain Nick Fury. This is an origin story. You know, they do all that kind of stuff to tell us where the characters started. This is for us to learn about her and kind of how she fits into the overall theme of what's going on in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Since we last saw Avengers Infinity War, I'm sure a lot of you guys watched that. We're watching this review, and we want to know how the story is going to continue. So this one is actually a prequel. And so before we keep going, we're going to go ahead and throw it to the trailer.
So, Skrulls are the bad guys. And you're a Kree. A race of noble warriors?
Heroes. Noble warrior heroes.
Okay.
Alright, so now that we're all kind of caught up to speed and we've seen the trailer there, what were some of your thoughts before we kind of went in to see it? What did you think the movie was going to kind of be like and be, was it going to be good?
Okay, so to be completely honest, I saw the trailer, thought it was kind of cool, but I didn't really know who she was at all, like literally had no idea. And so when I went into this movie, I didn't really have any expectations. I just knew it was going to be a Marvel movie, and so it had to be good, right? I mean, yeah. Anyways, so I went in having no expectations of it, and yeah, that's it. I didn't have any expectations.
You didn't really think about what it was.
I didn't think about it because I just was like, it's a Marvel movie. It connects somehow to the Avengers and Infinity War stuff.
And find out how.
And yeah,
so
that's about it.
For me, Captain Marvel, I know the character. There's a bunch of different iterations of the character. You have the original male version of Captain Marvel, and then what we have featured here is the Carol Danvers, again played by Brie Larson, version, which is the current kind of running in the comics and everything of the character. So Captain Marvel's never been like a really like big Marvel property. It's not like the X-Men.
Honestly, I didn't really know.
Yeah, so Marvel's kind of, again, taken from what they do to like bring up obscure characters, things like the Guardians of the Galaxy, which weren't super popular. Even Iron Man like wasn't a big character when we were kids growing up like he is today. So similar to you, right? Like I didn't really know what it was gonna be like going in. But like you said, right, the Marvel MCU pedigree, it's like high quality films for the most part. There's some duds
right
here and there, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, going in, I thought it was just gonna be good, right?
Yeah,
I didn't think it was gonna be over the top. It wasn't Infinity War level excitement, but I did think it was gonna be good. So now that we've seen the movie, what were your thoughts, right? Like cinematography and visuals, the look of the film.
I thought it looked really good. I thought the quality aligned really well with all the other Marvel movies. And I thought for a film that was based back in the 90s that it looked really great for now. And overall it was visually appealing to watch. And it was pretty entertaining, like all the flashes and the backgrounds,
the action scenes,
yeah, like it was all good. It was good.
Yeah, I thought the visuals looked great, but like that was some of my problem, right? Like you mentioned, it did. When you look at it, you know it's a Marvel movie, right? Like when you think about some of the other Marvel movies, especially ones we just got, right? Infinity War had that real kind of like that. It was like that grain kind of like over the whole movie, which gave it like a kind of serious tone. Some of the colors were a little muted in certain parts, but then bright in others. The way they use the visuals with the score, which we'll kind of get into later, in some of those older films, you don't get that sense of style here in this one. It felt very much like they kind of took a step back when it came to expressing and making Carol Danvers stand out in her own story, right? Like, what makes her unique? To me, this movie could have been Iron Man 4 with like another character popped in from a visual standpoint. Iron Man's not in this movie whatsoever. But for how it looked, if you look at some of those older films in the style, when you look at something like
natural color.
Yeah, but when you look at something like Thor Ragnarok, where they really like world builded and they took you to different places, or even something like we mentioned before, like Guardians, right? Like it has its own distinct style. Captain Marvel didn't necessarily give me that, but like you said, what was there was great, right? When the Skrulls would transform into like people.
Weird.
Yeah, like crazy, right? When Nick Fury, Samuel L. Jackson's old ass looked like he was like what, in his 20s, right? The de-aging effects that they did, like when you see it, you don't even question it. And that's good CGI, right? You want it to be believable from the moment it goes from the screen to your eyes. So, like, that was awesome. The actual technical aspects, I think, of the CG and stuff. Yeah, they look great. Good. Top notch, as always, as expected from an MCU film. So, music, right? Music, score, the song choices, movies placed in the 90s. Did you feel like you were in the 90s?
Oh, I loved all the music that they had in there. I thought it was really good. It was really nostalgic, and I really like her big scene. They were playing that girl song by No Doubt, I think it's called. It's called Girls, right?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Girl.
We'll find it.
I'm just a girl. Oh, I'm just a girl. It's called I'm Just a Girl.
TLC, Waterfall.
Yeah, like all of those were like just like placed in there perfectly. Like it was just perfect for the scene that it was in, and it was just also really random, and it was awesome. And yeah, the No Doubt song where she was having her moment, I thought it was really empowering for women. So I thought it was good.
Yeah. I think where they chose to place certain songs. Actual tracks didn't feel out of place in the movie whatsoever. And then when you think about like the actual score itself, I have to look up who actually did the score. You know, so like when the action's going in, it's boom, boom,
sound effects.
Boom, boom. Right.
Well, I just say sound effects.
Yeah, but not just like pew, 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 pew. Right? So like it felt good. When the action was on, the music felt intense and went with the scenes. So music good? Yeah, again, right? Like, not anything to necessarily blow you away. When she was in the finale, so no spoilers here, but we know it's a Marvel movie. There's always a big finale, battle of some kind, right? Like, when she was doing what she was doing and doing her thing, it was crazy, right? So, the music matched that really well. You felt that adrenaline, and it was great. So, extras, right? Like, MCU film. Did this give you what you wanted from, you know, it's the movie before Infinity War. We're about to see what happened. Last time Thanos snapped the fingers, everybody turned to dust. We don't know, like, did this give you what you needed as the movie before the movie, the real thing?
Well, again, I didn't have any expectations coming into this. Didn't really know how she correlated with the whole Infinity War thing. So, I mean, I thought we found out some things, like how things led to stuff that you will see in the next thing. Am I giving away things?
This is real bad.
We just started.
Okay, so the extras, right? This is an MCU movie. it's, you know, it's the movie before the movie, right? We all know, you know, again, this is great, Captain Marvel, whatever. If you liked it, didn't like it, we're going to give you our final thoughts in a minute, but everyone's waiting for Endgame, right? Avengers Endgame, and this is the movie to kind of bridge the gap, right? Did this give you what you needed going into that next film?
Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, I didn't have any expectations going into this movie, and I also didn't know how she correlated with the Avengers. So, I mean, again, I thought it was good overall, and we did find out some things that, you know, we needed to know before we get to Endgame. So I thought it was good.
Yeah, right. I feel the same way, right? There's a lot of questions that from what people who've been following all of these movies through the, you know, 10-year kind of event that Marvel has put on for us as fans and just moviegoers alike, that are answered here, right? We find out some cool facts about Nick Fury and his past. We do get a nice deep dive into Carol Danvers and how she fits into the broader scope of the MCU. But there's also some disappointment. Some of those answers might not be the answers you wanted.
That you were expecting.
Right, like you wonder all these years, like, how did this happen? How does this go with that? And then they reveal it and it's like, man, that's it. Like,
it's like, oh, okay.
The extras, they came with it. They came with the extras. So, rating time. So, being our first video, we want to tell you about our rating system. Just kind of be a little different from what's out there, your traditional 5 stars that you see in most publications, right? We are not, as you can probably tell, like movie buffs or anyone. We just love going to movies, right? So we got 3 ratings, right? No one cares about the worst of the worst, so we're just going to say no deal. No deal. If your movie was trash, that's your standard, your 1 to 2, no deal, and we ain't messing with
whatever.
it. Right.
Or like, you know, something you can catch on TV another time.
That's what you said. No deal.
Exactly. And then your average films, right, kind of in the middle here, your ones that you could, you know, you could catch whenever, right? You can see it at home, whether you're
like you can be
chilling,
like, oh, I think I want to watch this.
Right, whatever. So
on TV.
We're going to call it our Netflix and chill. That's going to be all of our average titles, so number 2. And then the best of the best, IMAX for real. So, again, if your movie was top A, we need to see it. Everyone needs to go see it. Pay your money. Don't bootleg it. Go support the film. IMAX for real. So those are our 3 ratings. So, what did you give Captain Marvel? Final thoughts in your rating. Final thoughts in your rating.
Okay, final thoughts. So, when I first went into this movie, I thought that I was going to fall asleep. That is my completely honest opinion on it, but I didn't fall asleep. So I thought the beginning was a little slow because I still didn't really understand who she was, because like it's like this scene and then it goes back to explain that scene, so then I wasn't confused anymore at what I was watching. And then after it explained what like all of that was, the movie was amazing. I thought it was so good. Everything was at a good pace. I understood who she was and like why she's relevant and her background and like how she is who she is. So I thought the movie was really good. I don't know if it's because I'm biased towards Marvel, but I think this is an IMAX for real.
Okay, all right, IMAX for real. So, yeah. IMAX for real.
I thought that like you just have to experience like that action, like you can just feel it there, like it's real. Right.
And I can understand, right? Some people might see this and say, this is a Netflix and chill.
Yeah.
For me, just I'm invested, right? We've seen just about every single last one of these Marvel films. And it really was good. Ben Mendelsohn as the leader of the Skrulls. Brie Larson did her thing as Carol Danvers, and Sam Jackson.
It's just Yeah.
You know?
He's just him.
Right. And then the supporting cast as well. Agent Coulson makes an appearance. And I'm sorry we don't know all of these actors' names.
Yeah.
But, you know, overall the cast was great. Again, the score was great. The visuals and cinematography were great. It gave us what we needed going into the next movie and really fill those gaps. So for me as a fan, it's an IMAX for real.
Yeah.
So thank you guys very much for watching. Do not forget to like and subscribe and tell us your thoughts, right? Have you seen Captain Marvel already?
Are you into Marvel?
Yeah. What's your
so.
favorite Marvel film so far out of everything? We want all those thoughts from you guys right down there in the comments. And we'll catch you next time with our next review.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Blasian Sensation.
Blasian Sensation. I'm the Asian. He's the
I'm the black guy. Peace.
Would you like to know